So today I had my hospice rotation, and this was a good rotation. I got there and they didn't have a nurse for me to follow, so I kind of just waited until a nurse was available, which didn't happen until like 12:30. But prior to that, I kind of just asked questions about how hospice works once they get a patient that is determined to go on hospice, like what the scheduling looks like. They have 24/7 nurses available, and you can actually graduate from hospice, which I learned. Obviously, if you start getting better, you no longer need hospice. They'll take you off hospice, and a lot of it has to do with, Medicare is really involved, and yeah, it was just an interesting process. Today, they actually didn't have very many patients on hospice, so that makes it interesting when it comes to staffing, and they actually had to call a lot of people off, which is obviously kind of scary because, you're always being flexed off, you're not getting paid. So once I got 12:30 came, I met my nurse at a patient's house. And it was actually the daughter of the patient. The patient was living with the daughter. And it was a cool experience. The patient was definitely total care. And you could tell that we were really there not only for the patient, but for the family caring for her. It kind of felt like once we walked in, it was like a sense of like, okay, you can make this change, like you can turn her, you can change her. And you can tell like the daughter was extremely grateful for us being there, but it was just kind of like a sense of like, okay, I can relax this time. And so we changed the patient. We put a new Mepilex on her bum because she had a pretty significant pressure ulcer there. And then we got her cleaned up. We took her vitals. Her vitals were fine. And then the nurse kind of determined what the daughter needed as far as supplies went. So that way the nurse could order her new wipes, diapers, chucks, all the things. We did give her suppository because the patient hadn't had a bowel movement in like 2 weeks. So we did give her a suppository. And then, yeah, after that, it was just talking to the mother or to the daughter of the patient and just, discussing any needs that the daughter has, you know, little tips here and there on how to apply the Mepilex pad, and that the Mepilex pad actually does have medicine in it. So you don't have to put the barrier cream, as much of the barrier cream on, and, just giving her little tips here and there on how to better care for her mom, which she was doing an amazing job. She really was doing an amazing job. We had to tell her, like, stop her and say, hey, you're doing an amazing job. And it was like as simple as like acknowledging, like, you're doing an amazing job and it's okay. Like, this is what you can do. This is your capabilities. You're doing great. So it was definitely like not just supporting the patient, but supporting the family members that are caring for the patient. The second patient we went to was all the way out in French Gulch, so I actually had to drive my car all the way out to French Gulch, which was actually a beautiful drive. Long drive, but beautiful. And the patient he was on hospice, but he was, still completely alert and oriented, and he just wanted his catheter taken out because it was really uncomfortable and it was burning and he just didn't like it being in. So we just took it out, and that's all we did for him. And we asked if he needed anything else, if we could answer any questions. We continued to remind him of what he has as far as hospice services goes. And yeah, very nice gentleman. And yeah, my nurse was awesome. My nurse is like, she was actually an LVN, not an RN, but you can tell that she is in her field. Like, she's just so passionate about it and she cares so much. And we definitely need more nurses that can put that into their work every single day. So yeah, it was a great day. I think for me, it was more realizing, like, yes, you're treating the patient, but you're really there for the family too. And you really have to be that support for the family and teaching them how to care in their end of life. And it's not just end of life, it's quality of end of life. So yes, they're on hospice. Yes, they are actively dying, but will they die with dignity? Like, that's our job, to have them die with dignity. And I feel like every patient we saw today, which was only 2, that we were helping that happen. And yeah, it was definitely a rewarding experience. Kind of made me see that, I don't particularly enjoy um, hospice nursing, but regardless of whatever field I choose, I'm going to encounter death. And knowing how to encounter death, knowing how to, help the family grieve, knowing how to be there for them, how to just be respectful. It's a really important tool when it comes to learning how to be the best nurse I can be. So, great day.